So there was a mistake in nomenclature. It is not isobonyl. Okay, if there is a methyl group here, then we call it as isobonyl. So that's created a small confusion here. Okay, so as I said, it is isobonyl. I have given methyl group, but it is not. Okay, so without methyl group, right? When isobonyl is treated under similar conditions, this is isobonyl. This methyl group is the difference between these two systems. Okay, so when this isobonyl is treated under similar conditions, it generates this product, which we can write it in a planar form like this. So you try how these products are formed. So camphene under acidic conditions is rearranging to isobonyl chloride. You practice this mechanism. This alcohol, upon acid treatment, is rearranged to phenanthrene. It is rearranged to phenanthrene. Quickly, I'll give the short mechanism. Alcohol undergoes protonation so that the water molecule will be leaving. So here what we are getting is a primary carbocation. Now this aromatic ring will undergo migration from this carbon to this carbon. Okay. So we generate a more stable. What is happening? This aromatic ring is shifting to this carbon. So that means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 membered ring. Now we are generating a 6 membered ring. And of course, it is the carbocation, right? So this place, it is the carbocation next to benzene ring. Here it is simple primary carbocation, but in this case, it is secondary at the same time benzylic. It is a secondary carbocation as well as benzylic. So compared to this primary carbocation, it is more stable. Then it will undergo a proton loss minus H plus to generate phenanthrene. This molecule, upon acid treatment at 0 degree centigrade itself, is converting to this fused cyclic bicyclic system. Now, how we can explain the formation of this product? Under acidic conditions, of course, alcohol gets protonated. So dehydration leads to this tertiary carbocation. Then this alkene will undergo cyclization to give 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That means this carbon will undergo bond formation with this. So we are generating a 5-membered carbocation here. Of course, if this alkyl group is below the plane, this side also it will approach the molecule from below the plane. So obviously the ring fusion is cis. We can write either below the plane or above the plane, but it should be cis ring fusion. Then this molecule, the water will attack here. It forms OH. Then halogens are good leaving groups. So oxygen will form double bond. Then chloride ion will be leaving. So finally we will get this product. You can try that detailed mechanism. It is very simple thing. Now, in the next example, it is called geraniol. Geraniol under acid treatment gives two products. Geraniol under acid treatment gives two products. One is isoborneol. One is isoborneol. Another one is limonene. This limonene. This compound is called as limonene. How geraniol is generating two products under acidic conditions. The first step is obviously protonation of alcohol. So water will be leaving and we are generating a carbocation here. This carbocation, it is primary and allylic. Then this double bond will undergo cyclization. These two carbons, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So these two carbons will undergo bond formation to give this rearranged product. Okay, if that means carbocation here. If this carbocation undergoes deprotonation, a proton from this carbon, if we remove one proton here, it generates an alkene. But if it undergoes again one more cyclization with the double bond, then bond formation between this carbon and this carbon, so it generates a bridge system. If it undergoes cyclization here, it will generate alpha pinene, where we have 4-membered ring. 4-membered rings are strained rings, so that is why it will not cyclize between these two carbons. Okay, it will cyclize between these two carbons so that it generates two 5-membered rings. 5-membered rings are more stable. Then water molecule will attack on this carbocation so that we will generate isoborneol. Here, this fused 6-membered and Spiro system, 6-membered and 4-membered system, upon acidic treatment is converted to a Spiro, both 5 and 5-membered ring systems. This can be easily explained when we protonate it. It undergoes protonation on carbonyl oxygen. So we will have a carbonyl carbocation here. So this carbocation, because we are having a 4-membered ring next to carbocation, I'll write all the steps. We are having a carbocation here. Next to carbocation, we have 4-membered ring. Because 4-membered rings are highly strained, they will immediately undergo alkyl shift to ring expansion so that they can relieve their ring strain. So here it will undergo a 1,2 alkyl shift, alkyl rearrangement, what is called Wagner-Merwin rearrangement. So it is generating a fused 6 and 5-membered systems. OH here, of course, this carbocation, because we are breaking this bond, it will generate a carbocation here. This is tertiary carbocation stable, right? But again, the lone pair and oxygen will polarize back to generate the C double bond. But here see, we have already 4 bonds on this carbon. But when we want to generate this carbonyl again, then we need to break one of the bond. So this 6-membered ring will break and will migrate to this carbocation. So again, it's generating a 5-membered spiro systems. So this is the product here. Again, it is 1,2 alkyl shift, alkyl rearrangement. In the next example, when this fused tricyclic system, under acidic conditions, paratoluene sulfonic acid, in short we used to write TSOH, and benzene, it is converted to angular triquinane. What is angular triquinane? If 3 5-membered rings are arranged in angular fashion, fused in angular fashion, it is called angular triquinane. Angular triquinane. If it is a linear, the 3 5-membered rings are linear, it is called linear triquinane. We also have another type of 3 fused 5-membered rings, where all the 3 5-membered rings are fused at 2 carbons. The third 5-membered ring is also fused at this carbon. This is called modifane. It is linear triquinane. It is angular triquinane. If the 3 5-membered rings are fused to one bond, that is called modifane. Okay. Now, I'll quickly explain how it will generate this angular triquinane. So this double bond will undergo protonation so that it generates more stable tertiary carbocation on the 6-membered system. Now, this bond will migrate here because it is a 4-membered system and we have a carbocation here. So this bond will easily migrate here so that this becomes ring contraction, becomes 5-membered, ring expansion becomes 6-membered. So it generates this system. When camphor is treated under acidic conditions, this is camphor, what we generally use in our homes. Camphor, when it is treated with sulfuric acid in acetic anhydride, it will generate camphor sulfonic acid. SO3H. This is called camphor sulfonic acid. How camphor is converted to camphor sulfonic acid? In the first instance, under acidic conditions, carbonyl oxygen will undergo protonation so that it becomes OH and it becomes carbocation, right? OH, and this becomes carbocation. When we have this carbocation, of course, anti-periplanar bond migrates. So alkyl group from this carbon, now it is migrating to this. So it is essentially 1,2 rearrangement. Now it undergoes anti-periplanar migration. It generates OH, and this is the carbocation. Now this carbocation, we can rearrange it as, think this system as a bridge system. This side we have 2 carbons, other side we also have 2 carbons. So we can rearrange to a new system like this. OH here, we have 2 methyl groups here, and we have carbocation here. Oh, sorry. We also have one more methyl group. Then this tertiary carbocation, loss of proton from this methyl group will generate alkene like this. You please understand how this conversion is happening. Under protonation, we are generating this carbocation. This is anti-periplanar bond, so it will easily undergo migration. So we are generating this carbocation. This carbocation, after loss of proton from methyl group, we are generating this double bond. Now the next step is just exactly reverse. Okay. Then on this double bond, HSO3 plus will attack. So SO3H, and we are generating a carbocation here. This carbocation, of course, this bond is anti-periplanar, so it will migrate. Anti-periplanar bond, it will migrate. We are again having carbocation here like this, so it will undergo the oxygen will undergo double bond formation with loss of proton. So it is exactly the reverse what I have discussed. Okay, so I'm not discussing it again. Right. Camphor under sulfuric acid is converted to camphor sulfonic acid. Now I will explain how this HSO3 minus is generated. Okay, that I will explain. H2SO4 under acidic conditions, first it will undergo protonation. It generates H3SO4 plus. It undergoes loss of water, HSO3 plus. So this is how HSO3 is generated in the reaction.